Welcome back. It's been about just under a month since Viper's A4 Skyhawk. The next project is going to be the last of my three fighter planes for the Top Gun build. So here's the next project. Turning the camera around, it's the 148 Northrop F-5 Freedom Fighter from Fujimi. This will represent the MiG-28 as it did in the Top Gun film. Box art's not too bad. Even though this kit is from the 80s, the box is in really good condition. And then it tells you the other planes you can build in this series, including the A4 Skyhawk. I picked this up for £15 off the same seller I bought one of the other planes off. If you look there, it says pound stretcher, £1.49. Now I know this is from the late 80s, early 90s, because pound stretcher was a shop from the early 80s, late 80s, early 90s, and I've actually bought from them when they were really popular. They was just as good as Poundland, and I actually bought a few Mega Drive games off them, especially Revenge of Shinobi, and that was a tenner, and everywhere else it was like 25 quid. So a pound stretcher was actually a really good shop. So putting the box to one side, you got 3 sprues, and that's it. So you got the 2 halves of the main fuselage with some probably landing bay doors or something. You got the 2 parts of the main tail wing. You got the 2 sides of the tail wing. Landing gear wheels. Couple of flaps. Actually, that's pilot seat. You get a pilot figure with this, and loads of bombs and missiles. To be honest, I don't think construction is going to take that long, to be honest. So, decal sheet's just a little dinky decal sheet with markings for the US Air Force and the Canadian Air Force. You get a painting sheet as well for US and Canada, like a camouflage. And then you get the instruction sheet, which is, I think it's double A4 size. Looks fairly straightforward, to be honest. And turning the sheet over, you got like a bombs and missiles guide for underneath the wing, and then you get some painting and decals again in black and white, and that's it. Not bad at all. So there's my little mini kit review. It's time to get started. Right, I've done a tiny bit of work on the F-5 MiG-28. It's not much, but I've already come across a bit of an issue. Right, you see that triangle piece there? That's the seat mount for the pilot seat. That piece there, it's got 2 pegs, and you glue that to the inner wall of the halve of the fuselage, and the 2 pegs, one sits there and one sits there on that triangular mount. And I've also done that on the other side as well, but that's part of the issue. So putting these together, now the one good thing is I don't have to glue the pilot into the side of the fuselage wall like I did on the F-14 and the A4 Skyhawk. I can just put him in like that. Right, so here's me pilot seat. Now just inside there's your side consoles, and there's your little bit of a mounting, that triangular mounting thing for the seat. So I'm going to test fit the seat. So get in there, you bloody thing. That's it. So the first part of the issue is that the seat looks way too low, and I think the top of the seat should meet the bottom of the back wall. There's me one issue. Here's me kit supply pilot. Now there's not much detail on him, and he's got a open face shield. in the Top Gun film, the MiG-28 pilots had a closed face shield. So I'm going to test fit him in there. So I'm just putting him in very gently. Right, here's my main issue. His head is barely looking above the dashboard. It's like he's in a recliner seat, and he's put the recliner seat right back. But the one good thing is, my custom pilots, one, he's got a closed face shield, and he fits in that seat. So I'm going to test fit him in there. But even he is barely looking over the top of the dashboard. So taking my pilot out and taking the seat out. So what I've done is I've got a bit of my sheet slime plastic that I've had for many years, and I've measured it the same width of the bottom of the pilot seat. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build like a booster cushion. So I'm going to put one on, see how he sits. If he's still too low, then I'm going to put another one on like that, and build it and build it and build it up. So the seat will be level with the backside wall. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to boost him up too high, because I don't want the top of his helmet to hit the underneath of the canopy, because the canopy just sits right on top of there. So I'm going to be playing it by ear and see what happens. Right, working on a way to boost the seat up a little bit. If you remember those pieces of plastic that I cut off and I was going to glue them under the seat, I tried 4 and it went perfect. But the only problem is, in the gap between those triangular pieces, it kept wanting to drop down, or it wouldn't sit right, and it was wonky on one side and perfect on the other. So I took the other 2 off and just went with the 2. And what I've done, you can see there that I've just put a bit of that plastic in. I've measured it at 14mm long, and so it sits on the those triangle angle pieces, and it's created a bridge, and that's perfect. It's not moving whatsoever. It's not wanting to go down the channel and then be wonky. So I've created a level bridge. So putting the pilot seat into place, and it is just about level with the top of the seat to the back wall bottom edge. And then putting my custom pilot in. Right, sit there. That's it. And then my custom pilot is a hell of a lot higher. And I've tested the canopy on, and this is perfect. Absolutely perfect indeed. So that's something you might consider if you build this one. Right, so taking my pilot out and taking the seat out. So you can see that I've taped it together just temporarily. So I've obviously got to primer that piece to the grey and then paint it into the darker grey, and then I've just got to glue this together. But at least that's now solved with the pilot seat and the pilot. I've made a little booster cushion. Right, gluing the 2 halves of the main fuselage together now, and then I'll let that dry, and then took the tape and clamps off, and then I've primed it. As you can see, there's a massive long seam all the way down the middle of the nose and the back, and then underneath of the belly you've got what was all the way down. So I've got to take care of that with some my little sanding block, little sanding stick. I've also glued. I've also primed the inside where I'd put that little bit of plastic in, the sheet plastic, to make that little bridge for the seat. And that's where I'm sitting at the moment. Right, I've now done the seam work on the main fuselage, and to be honest, it don't look too bad. A little bit of seam here and there is still prevalent, but it's only a tiny bit. And I don't really want to sand it anymore because of these raised rivet lines. If I sand any more, I'll be sanding those away. Around the back at the rear of the cockpit, it's not too bad. There's still a bit of seam here, tiny bit here, but the tail wing will probably cover some of that up. Little bit there still, but nothing too major. Now going to the belly. On the belly there was a bit of a step, and I had to use my metal files to get rid of that step, and that's disappeared really nice as well. The line still remains, but it's not as bad as it was. And there as well, a little bit of the line still remains. But generally it's not looking too bad, but again I had to be careful to not sand away some of those lovely rivet lines as there as well. So I've also put some of I've also got the wings off the sprue and primed those, and those are now ready to be glued into the main fuselage.